Welcome back to Dreamers Cave, and I'm NomaTee. Today we'll be talking about teaching as a career. We'll be having Ms. Mofokeng from Mthimkhulu Primary School and Mr. Malibe from Gauteng Primary School. So as isikhathi, they can come over so that we can have a conversation about their career. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome, sir. So I'll start with Sir Malibe. Can you tell us more about yourself and why you chose the career of teaching?
Thank you so much for inviting me through. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me through. I'm Bethuel Malibe, a teacher at Gauteng Primary School with 7 years teaching experience. In the 7-year experience, I've received various accolades within the teaching industry, and such accolades include being the national best teacher in the previous year, which is 2021.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I've won also the public speaking competition in the previous year, 2021, whereby I was competing with 8 teachers representing their respective provinces. So myself, I was representing Gauteng Province, and I obtained position 1 again. So under my profile, as well as I did mention that I've received various accolades, I also have the Kada Asmal Excellence Award under my profile. Yeah, I also have excellency in primary teaching. So that is me.
Wow, that's nice. So, ma'am, can you tell us more about yourself and why you chose teaching as a career?
I'm a very simple person. I can't tell you much about myself, but I'll tell you why I chose teaching as a career. Growing up, we always had one of our teachers saying there are kids who come to school for the love, and once they've got the love, the teaching can start, and that's where I started enjoying the teaching career. But otherwise, I'm here for fun. My aunt is a teacher, so I saw how everything went, so I thought I can do this also, and also the financial security, guys. I don't want to lie. It's amazing.
So, what do you enjoy about teaching?
My learners.
Your learners.
I have amazing learners.
So, sir, what do you enjoy about teaching?
The kids, most of all.
So, both of you kids are your inspiration to do teaching.
You're still amazing. Kids, you can mold them. They're like your clay. You can mold them into whatever. You make or break them. So it's that.
So, sir, while you were at school, did you have like a teacher that you didn't like?
I always admired my teachers from the primary school level up until high school, including my colleagues currently and teachers from neighboring schools. So I never had that thing where I can say or a particular teacher is not favorable. Yeah, I always admired my teachers.
Ma'am?
So I've always been a teacher's pet from primary to my high school years. Even in varsity, we had this one lecturer. So I can't say it was a teacher I didn't like or what, but there was one teacher we were afraid of. So even now, when we see her, we're like, oh, this lady, scary. So yeah.
So, have you ever like got into trouble while you were still a learner?
Yes, I actually did.
What happened? Just tell us more.
You know how the things we are afraid of saying in class. One learner wrote a message in a piece of paper and we kept passing it. Unfortunately, you know when you're a teacher's pet, the teacher always pays attention to you. My grade 9 teacher, she saw it and she took it and she thought it was me. So I got in trouble for that.
Sir?
Yeah, I was never a troublemaker. I was always on the safe side.
It's nice. So, have you like had crush in your teacher in high school?
Adults are adults. I was a kid. I'm a late
Innocent
bloomer,
one.
so yes.
Say?
Don't do that.
Yeah, yeah, it happens as it is part of development, especially when you reach high school. Yeah, you start to be naughty, writing love letters, putting them in your crush school bag.
Hey,
Yeah, it's one of those things.
I guess I've always been a good child. I never did that.
So now that you've been a teacher for 7 years, would you advise your child to be a teacher as well?
No,
Why?
I always say to her, she can be anything that she wants to be. And when coming to career selection, she need to consider the income, her strength,
Yeah.
weaknesses, abilities, interests. So I cannot choose for her. So it's up to her. But if she chooses to become a teacher, I will certainly support.
Ma'am?
Lucky for you, I don't have a child.
Okay, your future child.
My feet, no, okay. I wouldn't. For one simple reason, it would be as if they're doing it for me and not themselves.
Mhm.
So it's you for you, and yeah, that's it.
So if you were not a teacher, what would you do?
Me, I would be somewhere in the Maldives. chilling. Honestly, I'll be the rich aunt somewhere in the Maldives, enjoying a nice mimosa or whatever. Honestly,
Say?
I always seek opportunities that are available for me, and at this point, I try to find balance between the teaching and also acquiring qualifications that might be beneficial to me. As I'm speaking to you, I have 3 degrees, or the first 2, which is
by the way, I'm learning here, so
yeah. So the first degree that I've acquired, it's a bachelor's degree in teaching, and the second one, it was honors in education as well, which both of them, they are within the teaching industry.
yeah, the same
And
faculty.
and the third one is Bachelor of Arts in Public Administration and Communication Facilitation. So I'm just seeking for any opportunity that will grant me an expansion in terms of my career. So any opportunity that comes within my way, then I'll definitely grab, irrespective that it is outside within the education sector. So yeah, I'm always
So
available for
you're
anything.
gonna be the master of all trades. The
Yeah,
jack of all trade and the master of none.
Yeah,
Yes.
anything, yeah.
So if you like had time machine to talk to your 18-year-old, what would you say to him?
Utilize any available opportunity, and make sure that when you utilize that opportunity, you need to also accelerate excellence in everything that you do, because if you do not accelerate excellence, it might happen that along the way you might give up as well. So in everything that you do, you need to accelerate excellence. Don't take any opportunity for granted.
Ma'am?
Me, I would say to my 18-year-old self, focus, keep your eye on the ball, and you got this. I mean, at the end of the day, life happens to all of us, and you choose whether you want to be or not. So that's what I would say. Do what you would be proud of in the next 10 years for yourself. So don't settle for less. The sky is my limit and the world is my oyster.
Do you have any other extra moral activities?
Yeah, I do.
Can you
We
name
have
them?
this little business thing at home. So if I'm not at work, I'm always taking care of that. So yeah.
Say?
I spend most of my time with the learners. I coach public speaking, I coach poetry, I coach debate, spelling bee, and every year in those activities I produce national champions. Hopolang, who is my daughter, she was the national hero in the whole of the country. I think she was doing grade 1 2 years ago. Last year I've produced 7 learners from various schools. They were crowned the national public speaking champion as well. Some of them, they were the national poetry champions. So it has become a norm that every year I produce a national champion.
Wow,
For
it's
what it's
nice.
worth, you must be proud of yourself and your learners.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, no, thank you
So can you tell me about your experience in teaching practicals?
Being a teacher, you need to be driven by passion in order to fulfill the objective.
Yes.
If you're not passionate about everything that you are expected to achieve, it won't be possible. So you need to be passionate, you need to be there, you need to always be available when your presence is required. But most of all is to mentor the kids, not only to deliver the curriculum, also look into the social issues, economic issues for holistic development of the kids.
Yes. Ma'am?
What was the question?
Okay, I will repeat the question. Tell us about your experience during teaching practicals.
Okay, so I haven't started teaching for very long, but I had the good, bad, and ugly side of it since I started. So the good is I've learned a lot about myself, the kids, the teaching part of it, in and outside school premises. So the bad is I fought a lot with my learners, and the ugly is there was a time where I felt like I can't do this anymore. But
Is it?
I'm here, I'm alive. So yeah, guys.
That's nice.
We
So
don't all experience things the same, but I'm grateful for my experiences, because hadn't I experienced that, I wouldn't be who I am now. So I grew from my experiences. I know how to handle situations better. And
so now the last question is, if you had like one thing to change about the education system in South Africa, would it be?
the system itself, honestly, the system is just, it's not working for the kids anymore. I would like to believe, because it fails us as teachers and the learners, especially given that I've experienced a lot of problems with my learners this year in terms of their learning barriers and whatnot. So I would change the system itself.
System itself. So what would change?
Yeah, as Ma'am mentioned, the whole system, especially the curriculum, because it is not inclusive. So the curriculum need to accommodate the various learning styles of the learners, their abilities as well.
So now we'll play a game called One Must Go. So like you'll be given two options, and then you choose one, and then you explain why you chose that option over the other.
Okay.
So number one, Apple or Samsung?
April,
Apple or Samsung?
I'll go for Samsung.
Why?
Samsung, it comes with technological gadgets. It comes with technological gadgets that can be very useful within the classroom environment.
April as well.
Oh, apple. I thought of the fruit.
April as well. Oh yeah, the name April as well.
Yeah, I thought of the
Just
fruit.
said Samsung.
Okay, number two, jail for 20 years or mob attack for 10 minutes.
Honestly, I'd rather be attacked by the mob, because if they beat me, I will heal. But that doesn't mean I will repeat the same mistake. I will learn from it, of course.
So,
I'll go for mob as well.
mob as well. It's less time. Number three, Netflix or Showmax.
Okay, I'd rather Netflix.
Why?
Okay, I watch a lot of movies, and it's easier to find documentaries on Netflix, unlike Showmax. I don't know anything about Showmax.
So Netflix is better.
Yeah, it's better for me.
Say. Netflix or
Showmax.
Why?
That's it. I don't know.
Yeah, so the dramas, the soapies,
I don't
documentaries.
watch something.
So yeah, I'm a fan of documentaries.
Yes.
Okay. Money or love?
Money, because with money I can still find love.
Wow, it's nice. Money or love?
Love.
Why love?
You can't buy love. You will die, you will leave the money there, but the love will always
Be
have
there.
love. So,
Okay, cancer or lose a job?
okay, if I get cancer, I die. If I lose my job, I can always find a way of making money. So I'd rather lose my job.
Cancer or lose a job.
Yeah, no, I'd rather lose my job as well. Because I did mention that I've got 3 degrees. So if I lose a job within the teaching, then I can still look for a job somewhere.
Another one.
I hear you. I hear you.
So, if your house was burning, who would you save? Your wife or your children?
My wife. Because with children, I can still make another children. I can still expand the family. I can still expand the family, so I'll save my wife.
Okay. So,
Okay, I don't have
Husband.
kids. I don't have a husband.
Husband.
So I would save my phone, my ID. Yeah.
okay. Last one, would you rather be blind or deaf?
Death. Because I think it becomes more challenging if you're not able to see. So visually, it plays a very it plays a very important role because you are able to see. So unlike being blind, whereby you are not able to see anything. So I think being deaf, I'll go for it.
Okay, ma'am.
Me, I'd rather be deaf, guys. I don't want to hear your lies anymore. I'm done with people's lies.
I can
and
still
wanna
make
see
another
all
Bushana.
these nasty things you're doing.
I can still make another Bushana.
They're not the same.
I can still make another Bushana.
I'd rather be deaf. I don't want to hear your lies anymore, guys. I'm tired of being lied to.
So you've been lying all the time.
People are not honest. They say one thing and they do the next thing. So as long as I can see what you're gonna and get a style, I'll be fine.
Okay. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you've learned something through our teachers today. See you next time.
Having us.
This is Phase Music.